Later, we asked this question: was the decision a good thing for LeBron? Skip, I'll start with you.
Really? I get to go first on basketball question?
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Stephen A. Smith.
Consider it a gift.
I'll give you one back in return. I will educate you that I think the decision was the greatest decision LeBron will ever make in his basketball life. I had no problem with it then. This is not 20/20 hindsight. I said the next day, sitting right here, way to go, LeBron James. The greatness of the decision was based on joining forces with Dwyane Wade, who not only changed LeBron's basketball life, I think he's helped LeBron change his legacy, his mindset, his approach. So much he has learned, he has fed off Dwyane Wade. And it was very significant that Dwyane finally showed up in Game 4 of these past finals with the 32 points and showed up fairly consistently all the way through Game 7. I must say, though, LeBron was inconsistent in these finals. And I'll be quick to admit, I'm glad I have the opportunity to say, I still haven't recovered from the finals. I don't know about you. You picked the Spurs also. I still haven't recovered from Game 6. And I still must say that as great a decision as LeBron made 3 years ago, his legacy teetered late in Game 6 because he was in grave danger of going 1-3 in the NBA Finals. And how they survived that, I'm still not sure. Maybe you can educate me on that. All I know for sure is that LeBron had 2 turnovers in the last minute of that game. He missed the tying 3, and somehow the ball bounded to Chris Bosh, who then flipped to Ray Allen, who made maybe, the more I think about it, the greatest clutch shot I've ever seen in an NBA Finals that saved the day and helped save LeBron's legacy. Now, to LeBron's credit, Game 7, he was extraordinary, and he richly deserved MVP of the Finals because that was the performance of LeBron's life. But it was made possible by one flip of the wrist from Ray Allen, from the corner in Miami. And it changed everything because we might be dealing with this question very differently right now. Did he make the right decision if LeBron had failed so often in the finals as it appeared he would fail in this finals?
LeBron James finished with 37 and 12 in a Game 7. LeBron James has 2 NBA championships and 2 NBA Finals MVPs. And as I have said to you on numerous occasions, as I try to educate you about this game, I have said to you that you elevate yourself to a point where you don't get measured by games, but series. Now, there are exceptions. Game 7s are exceptions.
Sure.
Had they lost in Game 6, that would have been the last game. They would have lost the championship. You can measure that.
Wouldn't you say LeBron had been inconsistent through 6 games?
Yes. But what I'm saying to you is that in the end, when you have the chip and you have a championship and you have a Finals MVP, you can't nitpick like that.
That's not nitpicking. How close was he to disaster? How close?
What I'm saying to you is, if you don't pull out Game 6, then everything is fair. But when you follow that up by walking into Game 7 with those expectations and you answer the bell, then Game 6 is omitted. That's my point, because that's what happens. There were games where I don't care who you get Kobe Bryant. You get Kobe Bryant's Game 7 performance against the Boston Celtics in 2010 wasn't great, but we know he's a 5-time champion, don't we? Okay? Because of what he did in the previous 6 games of that series. All right? You look at guys and you look at their performances. And in the end, you have to measure the cumulative effect it has had. And the culmination of it all is the championship LeBron delivered. And so for me, when I think about his decision, I think about, you're a champion now. You've eradicated all of that stuff that was said about you prior to your decision to go to Miami. It's over now. It's not that it never existed. It's that you elevated beyond it. You have graduated to another level. And to me, that by mere virtue of that fact alone, the fact that he could never be spoken of in the same light ever again is why the decision was the right decision to make. In terms of, I'm not talking about the whole pomp and circumstance around it. I'm talking about the decision to go to South Beach. There is no question, because now, when the summer of 2014 arrives, and we're looking at LeBron, talk about being the king, there's no question marks. There are no question marks. He's a two-time champion. He's a two-time NBA Finals MVP. He's a four-time league MVP. He's a two-time Olympic gold medalist. He has absolutely nothing to prove. And he might be three-time.
Yeah.
All he gets to do is sit back and decide.
Does he want to go home to Cleveland? Does he want to go to LA?
Do you want me to answer that question now?
Yeah.
LeBron James is thinking about Cleveland. LA has an outside chance.
But you say he doesn't love the city,
If
right?
the New York Knicks can somehow miraculously create cap space, which I don't know that they can do, LeBron James will entertain coming to New York. You know why? Because just like he wanted to go and play with Dwyane Wade, LeBron James now wants to play with Carmelo Anthony.
Oh, I thought
so,
you might say if Carmelo went to
like
LA.
I said, that's what I'm saying. I understand that.
Yeah.
But I'm just telling you what the desire is. I'm not saying what's going to happen. These are all possibilities. But he does want to play with Carmelo if it's possible.
Interesting.
But it has to be ideal.
Wait.
And that's not, and not only that, you can talk about Pat Riley and the Miami Heat, talk about South Beach. Can't ever rule them out.
No.
Ever.
Would he join Carmelo if Carmelo went to LA?
It's possible. Just,
Just a thought. Why we say LeBron's decision was the right decision. What about D12's? Kobe wishes